Welcome. Today, we are going to crack the code on professional appearance. And believe me, it's so much more than just the clothes you wear. It's really about that unspoken language that helps you walk into a room and make your mark. Let's get into it. Okay, think about this. 90 seconds. Seriously. That's all the time you get. Before you even open your mouth to share that big idea, people have already started to form an impression of you. It's a little scary when you think about it, right? Your appearance is the very first thing they see, and it totally sets the tone for everything that comes next. And this quote from the sales guru Tom Hopkins just hits the nail on the head. Thinking about how you present yourself, that's not being superficial. It's a strategic investment in your number one asset, you. It's how you signal to everyone that you take yourself and your work seriously. So how do we actually start building that powerful first impression? Let's break down the fundamentals, and we'll start with the classic playbook for men's professional style. The big takeaway here is that simplicity and fit are absolutely your best friends. A shirt that's well fitted and ironed just looks sharp. It looks intentional. And why is that? Because it shows you care about the details. Loud patterns can be really distracting, pulling focus away from what you're actually saying. And for trousers, dark, solid colors are the bedrock of a professional wardrobe. They're versatile, and they just project this sense of authority and stability. Okay, now let's talk about an accessory that can make or break an entire outfit, the tie. I mean, it's just a little piece of fabric, but man, it says a lot. In a formal setting, what's the right move? Does that loud, flashy tie show personality, or does a simple, classic one command more respect? For a formal meeting, yeah, the answer is definitely tradition. You're going for a classic silk tie that just complements your shirt and suit. It shouldn't be the star of the show. It's more like a supporting actor. And hey, don't forget the knot. A neat, perfect triangle is another one of those tiny details that just screams, I've got this. This really shows how a polished look is built from the ground up. You could be wearing the most amazing suit, but if these little details are off, the whole thing just kind of falls apart. Dark socks are a must-have in a formal setting, no question. And for shoes, the rule's simple. Match them to your pants or go a little darker. It just creates this clean, unbroken line that makes you look taller and more put together. All right, let's switch gears and talk about women's professional wear. You'll see the same core ideas here: polish, quality, and attention to detail, but with a few different things to think about. What's really interesting here is that consistent theme of quality and structure. 100% cotton shirt just feels and looks more premium. And for shoes, a closed-toe style, like a pump or a slingback, is the professional gold standard. These styles are timeless for a reason. They project both stability and elegance. Okay, so the main outfit is set. But the difference between looking good and looking truly polished, that often comes down to the small, deliberate choices, the finishing touches. For both men and women, the idea here is that accessories should complement, not compete. For guys, a simple belt that matches your shoes, it's a classic rule that just ties the whole look together. For women, one functional, neutral-colored bag is really all you need. Carrying too much can make you look a little disorganized. Now, when it comes to jewelry for women, there's a super simple guideline to make sure your look stays elegant and not overwhelming. It all comes down to one number: 5. So let's break down this 5-piece rule. It's basically a simple trick to keep from looking too cluttered. Think of it like this. You've got 5 slots for accessories. A pair of earrings? That takes up 2 of those slots. Add a watch? Boom, that's a third. That leaves you with 2 more slots for maybe a simple necklace and 1 ring. It's just a quick way to check yourself and make sure your look is always polished, not distracting. The one word that ties all of this together is subtlety. Whether it's your hair, your makeup, or your fragrance, the goal is to look neat and polished, not to make some loud statement. You want people to remember your skills and your ideas, not an overpowering perfume or a wild hairstyle. But of course, professional grooming isn't some rigid, one-size-fits-all uniform. Not at all. The key to real style is knowing how to adapt these principles to whatever environment you're in. Basically, context is everything. And this table is a perfect example of that. Just take the world of sports. A sports agent meeting a client is going to be in a sharp suit, but a coach on game day, they might be in a team polo or even a full suit, depending on the sports culture. Their uniform changes to fit the situation, but the goal, projecting professionalism and authority, that stays exactly the same. So after all these guidelines, we get to the most important part of all. This isn't just about following rules. It's about taking control of your own story.
And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. These guidelines aren't here to box you in. They're tools, they're framework that you can use to consciously and deliberately build your personal brand. At the end of the day, you get to decide how you show up in the world.
So, the question I'll leave you with is this. Knowing that your professional story begins the moment someone lays eyes on you, what do you want that first chapter to say? The choice of how you answer that question, in those first 90 seconds, is completely up to you.